not appear in the top 10. Ex-Raven Bernard Pollard is jumping in. He said on Twitter, he's definitely a top 10 talent, but as far as a top 10 quarterback, I don't see it. Pollard went further, guys, saying no receiver will ever go to Baltimore because Lamar's there. And then Lamar jumped in on the action. The Raven signal caller responded, calling out Pollard's player credentials, saying he had to Google the former defensive back. This is phenomenal. The back and forth is amazing. Shannon, jump on in here. Whose side are you on, Lamar's or Pollard's?
Skip, it's not about being on anybody's side, but Bernard Pollard has made some points that I've made on this very show.
You have.
Skip, Lamar Jackson makes it seem like this is the first time he's hearing someone says that they don't believe he can deliver a Ravens the championship because of his inability to throw the football from the pocket. And then this run-based offense and the receivers, there's no receivers going to come there. I think a lot of this has to do with contract negotiations, Skip. It makes something when you can go to a team, it's like, look, everybody has me rated as a top 5 quarterback. But you want to pay me top 10 money. I want top 5 money.
Yep.
He's outside of the top 10. Lamar is working as his own representative. He and his mom, and I think they might have some close friends as advisors. Skip, this is why I advise you to always get represented, because they're going to tell Lamar what he doesn't want to hear. And you think Lamar, you see how personal Lamar took that? Now imagine that coming from your boss. When they tell you you're not nearly as good as you think you are. And Lamar, here's your numbers throwing from the pocket. Here's your numbers on this situation. Here's your numbers in that situation. And you're going to look at them and tell me, oh, that's how you really feel about me, huh? This is why you have a buffer, Skip, because a lot of times when they say negative things, the agent never brings that back to you. Well, negotiations going kind of tough, but I think we can get them to come around. You know, they love to have you. They love what you do for them. They love what you do in the community. But Lamar doesn't have that buffer. So now he's hearing it, whether he wants to hear it or not, because this is the path that he chose. Skip, the only thing is Bernard Pollard, he had the chutzpah. I don't know if he was bold enough to put it out on Twitter. He definitely opinionated enough, and Lamar took it. But Skip, Lamar's making it seem these are the very comments that Lamar had labeled on him when he was coming out of college. Now, maybe it had more to do with a former Raven. And maybe that's why a lot of times when I say things, they get upset with me.
That's true.
Bro, you do realize I was a Raven. I was a Raven before Lamar even thought about it, who knew what the hell the Ravens were.
Fact.
I want everybody, especially with the teams that I play for, the Ravens and the Broncos, yes, I openly root for them, absolutely. But I have to be honest. I'm saying I don't believe at this current time, and I'm not to say that he can't get better, but as we sit here and have this discussion, I don't believe Lamar throws the football consistently enough or accurately enough from the pocket to take the Ravens to a Super Bowl. That's all Bernie Pollard said. Now, maybe it was the harshness. Maybe it was the tone or the language in which he used. Maybe it was no top receivers wants to come play in this offense. Whatever the case may be, Lamar took it personal, and then it went and it took off from there.
Yep.
But these takes that Bernard Pollard had, they make it seem like they came out of left field, like nobody has ever heard that before. I can see if all of a sudden he said, man, Lamar can't run. Lamar probably like a 4.6 right now. If he had said that, I'm like, what, bro, what you talking about?
Yep.
But that's not what he said. He was talking about what he sees and Lamar's ability to throw the football consistently and accurately from the pocket. That's all. That's what I believe. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe it went somewhere. Maybe they got a personal relationship that you nor I know about, Skip. But that's all I took it from.
I don't think they do.
Well, maybe you're right, Skip, but that's all I took from it. These guys now, Skip, you cannot offer a critique of a player. Now, the 50,000 times that I say something good about a player, they never mention that. It's always the one time, and then all of a sudden, I'm a hater. Hate what? Do you understand? I got that Hager gold jacket. I remember 267.
Yep.
I got 3 Super Bowls. I'm unblemished in Super Bowls. Why would I be jealous? I'm happy for the brother. I'm glad that he proved the doubters wrong because everybody wanted to be the wide receiver or running back. He's dispelled that he could skip. But there are a lot of guys. It doesn't mean that you're not great, you're not a good or a great player if you don't win the Super Bowl. Hell, there have been a lot of great quarterbacks that didn't win the Super Bowl. So Dan Marino was a bum now. Jim McKinley was a bum. Warren Moon was a bum because they didn't win the Super Bowl. A lot of great things have to happen for you to win the Super Bowl. But I don't believe currently, with the way Lamar throws the football, the inconsistency in which he displays, I don't believe that's not taking on thing him personally. I'm talking about his ability.
Absolutely.
Not personally, his ability.
I back you 1,000% on everything you just said. The difference between you and me is that I'm more of a believer in Lamar's ability.
Yes.
His ability to win football games.
Yes.
That's what I critique him on, and it's extremely high to me because all I know for sure is this still young man, he's only 25 years old, did win the MVP in 2019, his second year in the league, and he threw an NFL-leading 36 touchdown passes to only 6 interceptions that year. His QBR of 83 led the whole league.
Yes.
Pretty hard to do. He had 7 rush touchdowns to boot on top of the 36 by air.
Right.
He did that just the way Cam did that. And once you do that, in my mind, you're a made man.
Right.
You did something very, very special that very few humans have done. And now my takeaway last night was I was so disappointed in Lamar Jackson. What is he doing? Stooping. I'm going to use the word stooping to respond to Bernard Pollard. I have respect for Bernard Pollard's career, but not on this level.
Right.
This is beneath Lamar's MVP dignity to not respond once, but respond like 17 times and on and on. And it got worse and worse and worse. And Lamar looked worse and worse and worse. He's just better than that. He looked weak to me.
Right.
He looked vulnerable to me. He looked like he's not sure he believes in himself anymore.
Right.
Like he's starting to fight his own personal demons of doubt.
But everything that Bernard Pollard has heard, how many times do you think Lamar...
It's out there. It's been out there for years. To your point, it's been out there from Louisville on.
But guess what's going to happen? Let me tell you how this thing works, Skip. And I get this all the time because I talk to a lot of guys. They feel like if me, Shannon Sharp, says something about a black player, Shannon, how you going to attack the brother? Yeah. You holding the brother? Bruh, I'm not...
You're going to have to live with that the rest of your born days.
I am. Yep. Skip, all I'm saying is that, hold on, I critique Tom Brady. I critique Aaron Rodgers.
You do.
That's my job.
Yep.
I'm not talking about Lamar personally.
No.
I'm talking about his ability to throw the football consistently and accurately. Skip, in that game, the game in the Super Bowl, you watched it. It came down to what? Matthew Stafford didn't run. It came down to him throwing the ball. He had to throw one ball. No look.
Almost always it does.
That's what it comes down to, Skip.
Yep, I agree. Okay. Now let's look quickly at Bernard Pollard's career. He played 9 seasons. He made no Pro Bowls. He was a mid-second-round pick out of Purdue, grew up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of somebody you played with, Rod Woodson, right?
Yep.
So he came from that legacy, but he was 20 years behind Rod Woodson.
Yeah.
And yet, Bernard Pollard became best known, infamously known as the quote-unquote Patriot killer because he was the one who knocked Tom Brady out on opening day of 2008.
It's the Brady rule.
He was, you could also refer to it as the Bernard Pollard rule. You cannot fall into the planted left foot of the quarterback.
Yes.
And then it went on because Wes Welker got carted off as he was trying to avoid a hit from Bernard Pollard. That was the next year. And then,
Houston, Texas. He was at the Texans then.
Yeah.
But I think when he did that, I think he was with the Chiefs when he hit Tom Brady.